Hey, Deck It Out DIYers. We are going to be creating your May Gnome of the Month, which is super cute and getting you ready for spring and all things spring. So here he is. When you receive him, he will be in pieces. So you'll get a board like this with all the blue tape over it. So take your tape off. And then I like to align it like this so that I know where the pieces go and I can start envisioning what colors I want to paint and where. Okay, so take a look at it. Make sure you have all the parts. Now, there are a lot of small pieces. So you're going to want to keep your tape and then you can lay them out. Remember how we do this. And if you're new to our box this month, we keep the tape so that we can take our little pieces and lay them out. And then we can hold our tape instead of holding our pieces to paint. So our hands don't get as messy than if we didn't have the tape like this. So I'm just gonna lay them out and I'm already thinking about color choices. So I want you to do this and then we'll come together again and we'll talk about how we paint because we don't paint like a paintbrush, we dab. And we'll talk about that and then we'll get started painting our project. Okay, DIYers, I've laid it all out, put it all on the pieces of tape. This, you do not need to paint. It is dark edges. You can paint if you want. I don't paint it. It will be a freestanding gnome when you are done. One thing I did want to show you before we get started was that I did take one of the birds and reverse it. So it is scored with an eyeball on that side, but I did flip it around because I'm gonna have him sit on this hat and I wanted him to look the other way. And I want this bird up here to look that way. So I did flip him around, which meant I flipped around his wing. And when the time comes, I'll just put a little dot there myself for his eye, okay? So think about what color you wanna paint your gnome, okay? I'm going to paint my gnome. His outfit is going to be pink and yellow boots, I think I'm gonna do. And then we have these birdhouses too. So I'll probably do like a blue birdhouse and a green birdhouse. When you're painting the clothing items, you're gonna just take your sponge, dip it in, I pull it off a little bit, dab it off, and then dab. Now here's a little tip / trick for you. If you want it to be brighter and bolder colors, take your white, paint everything white first, and then let it dry, and then go over it with the color that you would like it to be. So I'll paint this little edge here, and the white doesn't have to be too crazy, okay? And then you can take your pink. This is pretty dry because I don't use a lot. And then I'll just dab this on, and it's bright. But you don't have to do that because it still looks good with or without the white underneath. So paint all your pieces. I will give you a quick tutorial on the birdhouse. Okay, when you are done painting all of your pieces, wait for them to dry, and then I encourage you to take all of your pieces and lay them back out on your gnome. Make sure you like all of the colors that you've painted to make sure that there's not double colors in certain spots. Okay, so we're going to lay it all back out, and then we'll talk about gluing. Okay, so we have glued and assembled our gnome. So cute. He's adorable. Will look great welcoming spring into your home, office, wherever you put your cute gnomes. I am going to add a little bit of detail. Now I have these Posca markers. Any paint marker should do. I was just gonna go in and add a little bit of detail for their eyes on the birds. And this one I do need an eye because, there we go, because I had it on the other side. I'm gonna also add a detail over here. No, not right now. Okay, I'm also gonna add little detail on the birdhouse. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of lines on the outfit and on the boots. So I'll show you that just to accent the little details that we have on the boots, like the little pull up on the back. We got the little bottom piece here, just adding little details, but you don't have to. He looks adorable without these little details, but you certainly can. So if you want to grab a paint marker or a little, you know I like to paint with my X-Acto knife, so using that will work. But just adding a little bit of detail, maybe a little bit on the flowers, and on the leaves I might add, the greenery I might add a little bit too. It just goes a long way. So we'll do that, and then we will check out our final project. Okay, Deck It Out DIYers, here is your gnome of the month. He is so cute, will look great welcoming spring into your house. Jump into our Facebook group, Deck It Out DIYers, and show off your creation. We'll see you next month.